Hello, Cosmic Witches, and welcome back to another episode inside the Divine Gossip Girls podcast. This is the start of a new month. Welcome to March. So today we've got our March Cosmic Forecast where Karlie will be taking you through an energetic forecast, and then Maggie will be giving you her astrology forecast, and I will be wrapping it up with some intentions and practices. And it's so funny because I know they don't know either of their forecasts, and I know, and I'm super excited for this one. So please get your notebooks at the ready, get your notes at the ready, and get excited because this forecast is a good one. Let's go.
Hey Cosmic Witches! Divine Gossip Girls here, your one and only source into the spiritual happenings of the cosmos.
Ever wonder what this month's energy will have in store for you? What the planets and stars are even up to? Or if the universe can just help you catch a break already?
Well, lucky you, because we have all the spiritual secrets to tell. Get ready to sip on your weekly dose of divine tea. All right, love. So let's dive in to this forecast with first tapping into the energy. So the themes, we had 3 themes come forward for the month of March, and I'm going to make sure I say March. If I say February, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with me, but I just really want February, I guess, but we're talking about March today. So when I sat down and I started to channel the energy for this, right away, the color that came through was blue. And I was like, okay, every month has a different color. I know in the February forecast, it was green. And I'm like, where am I getting this from? I don't know, but we had the energy of blue come through, and I felt a lot of emotional energy and also the energy of patience, like this yin kind of more feminine energy, this energy of creation, of nurturing your seeds, your garden that you are planting for it to bloom come springtime. Because March, we are just kind of wrapping up with the winter time, and we have the spring solstice coming in. Is it in March? The spring solstice is, or the spring equinox, what is it called? Yep. And spring is kind of coming into bloom. And we have the astrological new year, I believe, coming in rather soon. So there's just this energy of you're tending to your seeds for them to bloom in the springtime. As spring comes, things are going to start to come alive. So we're practicing patience and we're leaning into our feminine energy. And it's always strange. Well, it makes sense because I channel the energy first and then I do the tarot. And I'm like, wow, it's always so on point. So our first theme, our first card that came through was the Ace of Cups. And the theme that I channeled with this is opening your heart to water the seeds of new beginnings. So with Ace of Cups, we have the energy roaming throughout March of new opportunities within love, within relationships, compassion, creative endeavors. So this will be a month where you are overflowing with love, with compassion, and thus, as a result, you attract more love, more joy, more opportunities for self-expression into your life. So March is a time to really open up your heart space, to work with your heart space and witness a flow of emotions, of creative expression that is becoming available to you now. It's a great time to tap into some passion projects or to try something new as well in social settings that allows you to connect to new people, to new companionship, and recognize that when we open our hearts, we see that giving and receiving are part of the same loop. You cannot give without receiving as long as your heart is open. So when you give and you water the seeds of new beginning, it's destined that you're going to receive love, growth, success, and joy back. It might not always be immediate, right? Because the way the energy works is it has to be accumulated with time, and we don't really know always when our desires will manifest into the physical, but continue to be open to giving and nurturing those seeds so that you can receive that love, that growth, that success back. And just know that that love, the success, the growth will come. It's inevitable. You're destined to experience because giving and receiving are part of the same loop. So that's your first theme. Our second theme came with the Magician card. So the energy within February is going to be a lot of conscious creating. So harnessing your manifestation powers. And right away, I got this energy of the law of attraction. You're going to be working a lot on your vibration this month and really recognizing that your thoughts are so incredibly powerful and they help to create a reality that your soul desires. So with the Magician card, we have the energy of manifestation, power, inspired action, and resourcefulness. So utilize the creative and emotional energy that's available to you now in February to paint your reality. Harness the power within you and really be resourceful with this energy. Which direction do you want to place it in? Where do you want to see growth in? Allow yourself to get clear on what you desire, whether that is a specific thing or a specific feeling you desire. And the more that you can get clear on it, whether it's like, oh, I'm really desiring this job opportunity, or I'm really just desiring more joy in my life, get clear on it and begin to consciously manifest it. There is so much awareness of your divine creation and power at this time. So really utilize it to consciously manifest things that would feel good and feel soul aligned. And with this theme, I also want you to recognize that this month you are going to be so supported in taking more inspired action. And inspirations are that kind of inspired, that little intuitive urge of, ooh, I want to reach out to this person. Ooh, I want to tap into this project. These are all little breadcrumbs from your soul leading you to your next step to help you manifest your soul's desires, your manifestation, your heart's desires. So recognize that intuitive guidance doesn't always come through these big crazy visuals or these big crazy breakthroughs. They're usually very subtle. So ask yourself this month, what am I inspired to do every day? When you got those little urges of inspiration, don't doubt them. Nurture those seeds, water them, and see how they grow. See where they take you. Have fun, be playful, lean into that joy, see where they take you. And then our final theme here is finding joy within the journey and leaning into the energy of patience and balance. So we had the Temperance and the Two of Pentacles come through with this theme. So we're getting the energy of balance, moderation, patience, and purpose. And the message that came through with these two cards was this message of do not rush the unfolding of your manifestation. March is not quite yet, this whole month, it's like we're leading up to spring, right? In the Northern Hemisphere, spring is coming. But at the beginning of March, it's especially, you're focusing more so on watering the seeds of your desires. And it's only a matter of time before they begin to flourish come spring. So I don't know why this was a message that really came through, but I wrote it down. I'm just going to read it for you guys. See how it resonates. Take what you need. But I wrote here that you could see life as an entire waiting game for death, watching time tick away until the end finally manifests. But what a waste of precious human life that would be. Do not sit in the waiting game miserable, watching time tick away until your desires finally manifest. Harness the magic of life in the present moment. Create the happiness, joy, and balance that will support you in feeling good now. So if you're right now kind of sitting in that waiting game, or you're just like, ooh, I'm waiting, I'm really desiring, I'm kind of attaching myself to wanting this love to enter into my life or wanting this opportunity, and you're just waiting, recognize that you can either wait and be there and life doesn't get to be good until this manifests, or you can start to have fun right now. You could start to enjoy life right now. Patience, I think, really comes with this ability to be in a state of joy now. So yes, that manifestation could come in a month. It could come spring. It could come summer, that summer romance, who knows? But right now, get into the vibration of love and joy as much as you can. And if you're really feeling swayed right now in March to one extreme, maybe, you've found yourself very trapped up in work or very trapped up in like negative thinking, you're being asked this month to shift more to that middle path of discovering more peace and presence and harmony. Get clear on what your priorities are to make sure your energy is not being overextended in so many directions that it's running thin and you're not really able to see growth in the areas that are going to bring you deep purpose and deep soul nourishing satisfaction. So that's our final theme there. Lean into joy now and create more balance so that you can feel good in this present moment, knowing that it's only a matter of time until these things manifest into your life. But know that at any time you can find more joy, and your energy is going to be supporting you and tapping into inspiration, tapping into those creative outlets and endeavors. So that is your energetic forecast. And without further ado, Maggie, take it away with the astrology of the month.
I think I've said this every single forecast episode so far, and I will continue to say it till the end of this podcast. But I love listening to Karlie's little channel and tarot cards because I know what I'm going to say. I'm looking at my notes and it just makes me laugh. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I'm about to say something like that.
You can't see Maggie, but she, like, everything I say, she's just sitting there like giggling, and I'm like, ooh, something's aligned.
It makes so much sense. And it does make sense because this season also is, or this month is a big time of relief. We have no retrogrades and no major transits from February 23rd until the 9th of March. So that's a big block of time where we don't have these big transits of planets moving into other signs or going into retrograde or anything like that. I mean, there's always minor transits, but we're not looking at those. These big transits are the ones we're going to feel really big collectively. And we don't have those for a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks, which is a really nice break after having retrogrades happening for pretty much 8 to 10 months. So take this energy, use this lighter energy to fill your own cup, to really fill up your energy, because at the end of this month, we have the biggest energy transit of all, in my opinion, which is we're heading into an eclipse season. And while we've had a Libra eclipse, we were just basically, eclipses come in seasons. I'll explain this more when we get there, but eclipses come in seasons. And for a while, we've been doing Taurus Scorpio. And back in the fall, when we had an eclipse, it's when we were starting to head into the next one. So we had a Libra eclipse in Scorpio. And this is the first time we're really stepping into that Libra Aries energy. So it is going to be big shifts. It doesn't have to be heavy, but it is going to feel very, very like big energetics all around us. But that's not till the end of the month. Let's just start here with March 9th, our very first transit, which is Mercury entering Aries. So this means that your communication is going to be fiery, quick, clear, concise. You're going to feel like you can understand things. You can have a clear vision. You can get your vision across. It's very clear, very to the point, just very vibrant. Your self-expression is going to be at an all-time high. Inspired actions, inspired ideas, the energy of the muse right now, the muse within your mind and energy. Aries is the innovator. It's the very first sign of the zodiac. So it's where ideas are born, and it's also the little baby who's very impulsive. So, a baby is upset. It's not like, when's the right time for me to talk about this? It is screaming at the top of its lungs, and that is the energy of Mercury and Aries. Your communication is going to be quick. It's going to be concise. It's going to be straight to the point. You're going to be self-expressing. You're going to have that energy of the muse. And it's great for planning the new astrological year that is going to be coming up mid-March here. It's fantastic for just getting so clear on what you want your next year to look like. Then the next day we have, on March 10th, we have the new moon in Pisces. So this is when it's a great time for spiritual projects or spiritual ventures or spiritual sessions. Great time for healing spiritual sessions. It's the most woo-woo day of the year, in my opinion. There is a Pisces full moon, which is also really woo-woo, but this is when you get to set your intentions and like set the practice, and you get to decide, what new woo-woo things do I want to learn about? That's so exciting to me. That's like, oh my gosh, the world is your oyster. What new spiritual journeys do you want to take? This is amazing again for year ahead planning because it's enhanced by Mercury and Aries. So looking on the 9th, maybe it's about planning your human, your physical, your needs as a person, where your goals as a person. And then the next day under the new moon, you can start to make your spiritual goals as well. This is a time to, I literally just wrote down manifest, manifest, manifest. It's a great time to manifest. You are so connected into the oneness of the universe, of everything all around you. Then we have March 11th. So it's all at once here. We don't have anything for a while, and then it's 9th, 10th, 11th. On March 11th, we have Venus entering Pisces. This is dreamy and romantic in relationships. This is so beautiful and flowy and dreamy and getting all high vibe and in that beautiful place. It's a great time to manifest relationships, but make sure you aren't romanticizing a relationship too much, because Pisces energy, especially when it's in Venus, can do this. You can be generous to a fault during this time. So make sure that you're actively turning some of that love inwards during this transit, because it can be a really, really, really amazing time where everything feels flowy, dreamy, and so romantic. But you have to make sure you don't lose yourself in the process. Then we have March 19th. This is that solstice energy. We have the sun entering Aries. We have the spring solstice. We have the new astrological year. So happy new year, March 19th. This is my true new year. This is when I feel that fresh New Year's energy. I always have. And then when I started to learn about astrology, I just thought, oh, that's why. This is a time for planning. This is your time for resolutions. If you didn't make them in January or you didn't follow through with them, that's okay. This is more of that time to make those commitments to yourself, those resolutions with yourself. With this eclipse coming up especially, this can have the potential to up-level yourself into a whole new version of you. So this is that time to make those plans. This is energy of drive and the muse and inspiration and ideas and excitement. However, Aries can lack focus, but allow yourself to kind of go on this wildfire adventure of all these ideas, and you can ground them when we get to Taurus season. So when you have all these bright ideas, maybe it's just jotting them down so that you can look back over them when you have a little bit more earth there, a bit more earth energy, and realizing what that is and how you want to move forwards and which ones you want to move forwards with. Then we have March 22nd, Mars, which is our action sign, our passion sign, or planet, our action planet, active planet entering Pisces. Is a great time to make sure the last year is fully behind you. Also an amazing time to take action towards your spiritual journey. Once again, we have the Pisces spiritual sign ruling over Mars, our action sign. So an amazing time to do your spiritual practices, get serious about them, create spiritual routines, and take action towards that spiritual journey. Intuition work and strength is multiplied during this time. You can act so intuitively if you work that muscle. So just make that a priority. And then March 25th, the most exciting transit of the year, in my opinion, we have the Libra lunar eclipse. So make sure before this happens, you have become clear on your manifestations. Because eclipses, you may have heard what are, in my opinions, myths that you can't manifest during eclipse because the moon and the sun are in shadow. And so that's when your shadow self is coming out. So you don't want to manifest during this time, because then you'll be manifesting from an ego place, from a shadow place. However, if you have the knowledge that it's coming up beforehand, you can get clear on what you manifest. My biggest thing to you would say, get clear on what you want to manifest, go for it during this time, and don't change your idea. When you're in eclipse season, you might be like, oh, maybe this wasn't the right thing to manifest, and you might feel like you want to switch it. Just stick to your goals. As long as you stick to what you decided to manifest before the eclipse happened, real magic can happen, because this is a time that you can step into the most romantic and successful part of your life. The Aries Libra connection that we get with this eclipse season is so badass. It's your dream life, an energetic backing of your dream life by like 18,000%. So get clear on that dream life. Get clear on what in your life you want to feel romantic about, where in your life you want to feel like it's a movie, where you want to be successful, where you want to have ideas and fire and go forwards in life. Is literally the dream life energy in Aries and Libra. So what is that idea? Get that clear before eclipse season, because you can up level into that version of yourself so much faster during an eclipse season. So not too much this month, really. We only have, I think, 6 transits, and 2 of them are moons, and one of like the regular new and full moon that we always get, and one of them is a season change. So it's not really big energy of, oh my gosh, there's so much happening. It's just, especially at the end of this month, what is happening is a very, very powerful transit. So this will feel like really shaky energy at the end of the month. At the beginning, fun, free, flowy, we love it. End of the season, you might feel a little shaken up, but this is also really powerful energy and you can create such beautiful change from it. So good luck. We'll see you next month. And now Sophie's going to tie it up for you.
Amazing. I always love how they do interconnect, because I look over both of their notes before coming on to get an idea of what kind of intentions and practices I want to give you guys. And it's so funny. I'm like, oh, interesting. And what I like to do, because obviously Maggie and Karlie, they give a lot, and I want you to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, like anything that you've written down, highlight and like lean into that, and that's what you're meant to lean into as well. But what I like to do is just look at the overarching themes that they both had, and I feel like it's a big month for, like Maggie said, it's the new year and the new astrological new year. So those new beginnings, getting specific with your manifestations, letting go of the old, letting go of what you no longer want to take into this new year, welcoming in new seeds and planting those new seeds and getting clear on what it is you want to create for this next year, and leaning into this inspired, creative, driven, excited energy throughout the month. And obviously it gets a little bit heavier. So my advice is enjoy it. Like I know for me, I'm like, lean in, like be present, like Karlie said as well, like be present with this energy, enjoy it. Enjoy it. So I want to give you some journal prompts. So make sure you still got your notepad. So I want you just to look at, what am I leaving behind and not taking with me in this new astrological year? What is it that you're leaving behind? I know we've done a similar one, I think it was maybe January or February, because it was like the kind of quote unquote new year. But I want you to do this again, because you may still be holding on to those leftover things from last year. This is the time to just have that final purge, just get clear. What is it that I'm letting go of? What is it that I'm leaving behind? And then once you've done that, I want you to look at what seeds. We were loving the garden, Karlie, we were loving the garden. Water your garden. So what seeds are you planting in your new beautiful garden that we're going to blossom this new year? What new beginnings are you planting for this new astrological new year? Start to get clear on what those seeds are. Get clear on what those beginnings that you want to start leaning into are, even if it does feel scary, even if you're not completely sure on what that really does look like. Just that intention of what the desire that's coming through, the seed that you want to plant, and we get to water that throughout the next year. And once you've done that, I want you to write this one down. Knowing manifestation is possible for me too. What am I declaring is mine this year? So it's kind of similar. So I want you just to take it that layer deeper of knowing that manifestation is possible for me too. What am I declaring is mine for this year? So we're starting to create that clarity as we step into this new year, so that these manifestations can start expanding, start coming to fruition for you. And I want you to take this other prompt for every day of March. Okay, every day of March, I want you just to take this little prompt of, in what way can I water my seeds today? So now that you've gotten clear what your seeds are, You've gotten clear on what you want to start expanding on and creating in this new year. In what way, what small way or big way can I water my seed today? So those are the four little prompts that I wanted to give you to just create that clarity within your manifestations and the aligned action that you can start taking in this month in March. And there's three little practices I want to give you from kind of pulling the two forecasts together. The first one, just to keep it on the topic of manifestation, I want you to do a scripting practice. So I want you to script a day in the life of your dream day, okay? So now you've gotten a bit clearer on what these seeds are, what you want to declare as yours this coming year. I want you to script out a day in your dream life. It's here, okay? What are you doing? Who are you being? Who are you with? Where are you? What have you stepped into? What projects have you stepped into? How do you feel? How do you think? How do you show up? I want you to start connecting with this vision and this upcoming reality that's coming to you this year, and really lean into and take advantage of this energy that we have inside of this month, to really expand on your manifestation abilities, your manifestation powers as well. And in saying that, the two other practices that I want you to take is, one, I want you to do a daily heart tapping. We love a little bit of heart tapping here and the Divine Gossip Girls. We're doing a lot of it. If you listen to the love episode for Valentine's Day, we done a heart tapping there. But I want you to start tapping on your heart, because I know Karlie spoke a lot about it as well. And even just for manifestations, even with like these manifestations you're stepping into, I want you to start tapping and allowing yourself to receive these manifestations with love. So I want you to, every day when you wake up, just tap on your heart and maybe even repeating a mantra of like, I release any cages, any barriers, and I open my heart up to receive and to give with love and creative expression today. And doing that each day of March, just setting that intention to open up your heart, to receive, to give, and to step into your creativity, to step into this magical energy that's around us, this light energy that's around us. And something else, this is another little practice that I like to do. This is just a small one, to expand on your vibration, because obviously the manifestation energy is kind of heightened this month from both of the girls' episodes, both of the girls' forecasts. Is I want you just to have a little daily gratitude practice. This is just something small that I feel like people do actually overlook the power of. So maybe that looks like just doing it in the morning with your morning coffee, or maybe it's just speaking it out loud while you're driving to work. But I want you to each day speak aloud or write down 3 things that you're grateful for, whether that just be in the morning or whether it be in the evening or whether it be both, and starting to enhance and expand on your vibration. Okay, so we've got a little daily tap in on the heart with a mantra. You've got a script in. You can do that as many times as you want to connect deeper with that reality, with that dream day that you're creating, that is upcoming in your reality this next year, and doing that little daily practice. So just take a little deep breath and get excited. And I want you to just to take these mantras as well. I hope that you guys have been pausing this. So the last few mantras I want you to take with you, write them down, take one of them, take all of them, just to lean into and to support you through this month. Is, I loved what Karlie said, and I've kind of took her words a little, but the first mantra is, I'm working on watering the seeds of my desires, knowing wholeheartedly it is only a matter of time until they begin to flourish. It's a little bit longer of a mantra, but I quite liked it. I am working on watering the seeds of my desires, knowing wholeheartedly it's only a matter of time until they begin to flourish. Because I know that our ego can sometimes get in the way, sometimes gets in the way for me. So just knowing that it's possible for you, knowing that the action that you're taking is leading you to this manifestation, is supporting the growth and the expansion of what you are watering, what you are stepping into, what you are taking action on. The next one is, I am the embodiment of manifestation. I feel like this is the mantra of the month. I am the embodiment of manifestation, and I choose to trust myself to make my dreams come true this year. Happy New Year. All your dreams are coming true. It's time to step into that action. Join us in stepping into that action this year. Lean into this energy and yeah, have the best month. I hope you enjoyed this March forecast. Please save it, come back to it. I know a lot of the listeners are actually listening to it a few times. So if that's what you need to do, please do. Maybe come back to it throughout the month as well. I will leave in the show notes the journal prompts, the practices, and the mantras as well. So if you were kind of a bit like, oh, that was a lot, I'll just put them in the show notes for you to check out. And please, if you want to share this with a friend who you think will benefit from working with this energy, learning about this energy, learning about working with astrology and in this energy, please send it to them and let's do this together. Let's create magic for this upcoming year together. But thank you guys. Please leave a rating, leave a review if you haven't already, and we will speak to you next week.